Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for our NHL 17 franchise mode following the Carolina Hurricanes here in year number 2. Currently sitting at a record of 31, 27, and 4, about to make our final 20-game push in hopes of making the playoffs. So if you guys are excited to see how this year 2 is going to end for the Carolina Hurricanes, make sure you guys leave a like down below. But as I mentioned, we are 20 games left in the regular season. We are 3 points behind the Philadelphia Flyers for that last divisional spot, tied with the New York Islanders. And it seems like this is the only position that we are going to be competing with. It seems like the wild card might be a little bit out of hands in the Atlantic Division, so we're mainly going to be pretty much fighting for that third spot in the Metropolitan Division here. Now, I asked you guys if there were any potentials that you think we should go out and make any trades. I went through the trading blocks last time to see who would be available, and the only player I think that makes sense for us to try and get without really hurting too much of our future would be willing to go out and get 85 overall Radim Vrbata with 1 year left. No, not Adam McQuaid, thank you. Radim Vrbata and an 85 overall sniper. 36 years old, 1 year left at $3 million. He is a second liner. His defensive category is pretty good. I think he'd help out on the third line to get some more offense going. I think he would help out with getting some more power play time up there to get our power play going, and then just getting some more offense on that third line. And as I mentioned, his defense is still pretty good. That can help out there. Now, his trade value is pretty low. I think we can afford it. I think I'm going to try to make a trade here for Radim Vrbata. I think I'm going to do only a draft pick. I think if I can give Boston a second round pick for next year, I think that would more than likely go through. And besides, that is something that Boston does want anyway. They want draft picks, and I feel like that we can give them this. It matches their block perfectly, I think. I think it might actually just be like a 1-for-1 straight-up trade. If I'm checking out the trade values here. Yeah, that's right about there. It might be a little bit weak on Boston's end. Let me see. Skaters match and block. Vrbata. It pretty much looks like it's a 1-for-1 deal straight up, the second round draft pick for Radim Vrbata. So I think that would be it. Boston is not a playoff team, it seems. They're 23, 26, and 11. They got a lot of overtime and shootout losses, but they're definitely not a playoff team, so they're trying to make some trades here. I think this would be more than likely a good trade for us just to see what can happen, because Vrbata would easily slot into the third line position. We can knock one of our fourth liners out, and I think that will hopefully maybe give us an offensive boost. But I'm going to go ahead and make the executive decision to try and make this trade happen. A second round pick for next year, in next year's draft in 2019 for Radim Vrbata from the Boston Bruins. Will this go through? Trade accepted. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Boston, so we are accepting your trade offer. Alrighty. So now we have 50 players under contract. We made a trade with the Boston Bruins. Radim Vrbata is now officially a part of our team. I forgot to edit up my AHL team last time, so hopefully I will do a cut and we will be able to do that. So if I go to morale here, there is one person that wants to have a meeting with us. That would be Radim Vrbata himself. Alright, Radim, being traded is a big change, but I'll make you proud of your choice. Alright, so don't get complacent. We're always evaluating our roster, demanding I think we got a fair deal with that trade, so don't let me down. He's kind of old, so let me see. What do you think? Demanding out of Vrbata, motivating. We know you can bring a lot to the table, which is why we traded for you. Go prove it. Calming, welcome aboard, both teams happy. You know what, let's motivate him. We know you can bring a lot to the table, which is why we traded for you. Go prove it. Radim Vrbata isn't very inspired by your motivational tactics. His morale dropped. Okay, welcome to the squad. It seems like you'll fit in very, very well with the team. I don't even know where you went. Hell, where's your morale at? Hold on, morale. Boop. Boop. Okay, well, he's kind of in the middle right now, but 85 overall is definitely something that will help out our team. So if we go to edit lines real quick, where is Radim Vrbata going to insert into? I'm pretty sure he'll insert right into the third line right next to Lee Stepniak. What we can do is probably bump out. We want to bump out Burroughs or Richards. Let's see. 81, 85, 84, 84, 84, 84. Let's see. Better stick checking. Yeah, I think Richards is a little bit more disciplined than Burroughs is, who has more points so far this year. 5 and 5, 8 and 5. He has weaker defensive awareness though. Is not what I like. That's not kind of what I like. Yeah, let's bump out. Let's do this. Let's switch Lee Stepniak. We'll move him down to the third pair, and then instead of Mike Richards, we'll put in Radim Vrbata in there on the third line, right next to Nolan Patrick and Phil DiGiuseppe. Okay, so that will work out pretty well for us right there. Yeah, we're still going to leave those lines the way they are right there on offense. And then for the special teams, I want to make sure that I put in Ran Bravada somewhere on the power play. Do I want to take out Tivu on the top pair and put Verbata in there instead? Yeah, I think we can maybe do that. My phone going off right there. Pardon me. Yeah, let's take Tivu off on the power play, and let's put Verbata in on the power play unit. Still another 85 overall, but that's an 85 overall sniper. I think that'll work out well for us right there. So we have a sniper, playmaker, 2 snipers now on the power play. Lindholm will be down there with Jordan Stahl and Tyler Johnson. We don't need to touch the 4-man power play. I think 4-man is fine as it is. We can leave Lindholm on that pair with Falcon Bean. And then we don't need to touch penalty kill or anything like that. I don't think Stepniak and Burrows, yeah, are fine on the penalty kill. I think we're fine on that front. Okay, so that's the only change I'm going to do there. I'm actually not even going to bother with the AHL lines. Who cares? If they make the playoffs, I'll make the adjustments as needed. But I think we're ready to go. That's the only trade I'm going to make. Verbata, welcome to the squad. And now let us go into simulating our first game here. Well, okay, so I also upgraded our concession stands in the... our concession prices in the before I started recording, so that is that. He added $20,000 to our available funds, which is always nice to see. Trade deadline is upon us. Yep, I already made my trade. I'm perfectly fine. Thank you very much. All right, so let's simulate this game here between the New York Islanders, and let's see how good Carolina does. This is actually a pretty big game too, when we're both tied at 66 points. So first period against the Isles, tied at 0. Second period, 1-1 apiece. Tyler Johnson and Ryan Strome. Third period, 3-1, Justin Falk and Nolan Patrick with the empty netter. And we are looking fine as we did win that game in regulation, 3-1 over the New York Isles. So that's actually a very big game that we needed to win too. Very big game that we needed to win. All right, so let us go to the calendar now and let's start some sims, shall we? Let's simulate it. Let's simulate it week by week. So let's do it week at a time. Here we go. So coming into the weekend against Pittsburgh, Roland McEwen is available to play. Yeah, let me make this adjustment really quick. Yeah, because the AHL lineups are kind of screwy-looey at the moment. So McEwen, yeah, we could take off Wesley. And we could put McEwen back in there. Yeah, we'll leave McEwen down there on that pair. And go back to the NHL. And boom, we're good to go. So we get a 3-1 win over the Islanders, and that in Ran Bravada's debut. Noah Hanifin has returned to the lineup, so he will begin to count against our team's salary cap. Okay, so Hanifin is back now, which means that we need to send somebody down, I believe. Right, so Hanifin's going to be up here. Let's see, do I send Sanheim down? Because that would then be, who would it be? Schuster, Slavin, Hanifin, Pesci, Bean, and Falk. I could send down Hanifin. Sanheim doesn't have to go through waivers, but he's a top 6 role. I don't want to do that. I want to keep Sanheim up here just in case of injuries. Is there a player that I can send down that doesn't need to go through waivers? Nolan Patrick does. Forwards. Any forwards that I can send down to make room? I could send down Victor Stahlberg. He's not really helping us out too much, and I just scratched Richards, so he will be the player that I put in there for forward injuries. Yeah, let me send Stahlberg down. That'll be waiver eligible. I doubt any team will take Victor Stahlberg. Maybe they might, though. Let's see. Victor Stahlberg. Yep, he's still there. Good. All right, so that's fine. Cool, so we made that change. Noah Hanifin comes back into the lineup now, which is nice. Stop the simulation there against Pittsburgh, so I can put Noah Hanifin back in the lineup. My phone is going off like crazy. We get an overtime win against the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is very, very good as well. Very, very good. But I want to get Noah Hanifin back into our lineup. Alright, so let's get Noah Hanifin back into our lineup here on defense. So we want to scratch Travis Sanheim more than likely. Yep, let's scratch Travis Sanheim and get Noah Hanifin back in there. And we can move Hanifin up to the top 4, move Slavin down. Who will move, Slavin or Pesci down? Let's move Slavin down. Pesci will stay up there on the top 4. Jake Bean taking over the top pair for sure. And yeah, I think we're good. Special teams, do we want to put Hanifin in anywhere? Instead of like Slavin or somebody in there for the power play. Does he have good power play number? Like, does he have good... He doesn't really have an accurate shot. He's definitely a penalty killer. Yeah, so we can definitely put him on the penalty kill instead of Pesci, I think, probably. Yeah, we can definitely put Pesci in, or Hanifin in instead of Pesci. Alright, so do that there, and then instead of Pesci, we can put in Noah Hanifin. Bada boom. And then I think for extras, we're pretty much fine on those lines. Okay, so back out of there, and we're good to go. All right, so we got 3 wins in a row coming out of the trade deadline, which is nice to see. I don't know how Bravada has, how many points he has. We're in 3rd place in the Metro right now. I don't know if you guys peeked that really quick, but we're going on a Western Conference road trip now. After this game against Minnesota, it'll be 3 straight games on the road at Vancouver, at San Jose, and at Arizona. So like I mentioned in the last, season ticket drive starting, okay. So let me set ticket prices for this real quick. Okay, so I made those changes real quick. Go to the marketing budget. Okay, cool. That's exactly what I wanted to do. All right, so season tickets. Season ticket advertising needs to go down. So game ticket. All right, so general advertising, bump that back down to like 20%. Season tickets, we need to push that as best as we can to 47%. And let's go with a, whoops, how much do we have left? 40, we have 10% left, so let's bump 5 into general. And then let's bump in 4 to there and 1 to there. Okay, so 44, 35, and 21. Do a little bit less than we did last year for season tickets, so maybe we'll still be able to get a nice little budget from that. All right, so we'll save the budget, and we're good to go. Okay, 3-0 win over Minnesota. Okay, there we go. Once again, as I mentioned in the last video, all we need to do is worry about winning games. Destiny is pretty much in our own hands here with the back half of the season because we have a lot of Western Conference opponents here. And that was an okay road trip. We beat Minnesota. Well, we lost to Vancouver, got an overtime loss against San Jose, and we beat Arizona. So we went 1-1-1 in that road trip, took a possible 3 points out of 6. So I'll take that nonetheless. We got half of the points that we needed. So a couple more Western Conference opponents here, and then at Toronto to finish this week. All right, so Nashville and St. Louis. Once again, we just need to get points or win games. There you go. It's an overtime win over the Nashville Predators. That's a very good start to the week. 6-2 win over the Blues. Very good job, Carolina. And then Toronto, 4-1 loss. Okay. A loss against Toronto hurts, but once again, we went on another 3-game win streak. 4 points out of those 4 games, and then lost to Toronto. Okay, not bad. Once again, a couple more Western Conference opponents here in the next 2 weeks. Only 1 Eastern Conference opponent in the New Jersey Devils, which could be a very big game. Let's do our scouting assignment real quick. We'll do the OHL for 6 weeks. Boosh. All right, Edmonton and promotions night game at home, and we get a 4-1 loss against them. Okay, 37-30-5. Not good. Jersey, that's actually a big game. 4-1 win over them. Good. And then Calgary, we get a 6-2 loss to them. Not good, because Calgary was not a very good team. All right, let's finish off the month, and then we'll see where we sit in the standings. Once again, all Western Conference opponents here this week on the road as well. Nashville through 5-3 loss. Dallas 5-3 loss. That's not good. Carolina, get a win here against Calgary to salvage it. Okay, got a 3-2 win there against Calgary to swing it a bit. And now we're coming up on the East Coast record here to end off the season. Okay, so where do we sit in the standings if my game doesn't freeze? It's not freezing. It just took a while to load. Holy crap, what happened to our division? Our division actually went on a tear. Well then, and my game is surprisingly taking a long time to load here. Holy crap, it's like lagging like crazy. Okay, so we're at 39, 33, and 5. Yeah, we're at 83 points. What the hell? Our division took off. Columbus, I didn't even see Columbus anywhere in our vicinity, and they completely took off. Wow, that's nuts. We're 5 points behind Columbus now with only like 5 games left to go. I think we're out of reach here, boys. Columbus does have the wild card position too. Man, what happened? Our division must have completely just ran away with it. Our division must have just kept winning games. Yeah, they just kept winning games, man. That's nuts. There's nothing we could have done about that. We had all Western Conference teams to play as well for a lot of this month. And there was really nothing we could have done. Yeah, there's really nothing we could have done. I mean, the Atlantic Division is at 90 points is 1, and then 85 is the 88 and 85. No, 88 is the wildcard spot right there held by Columbus. So there's really nothing we could have done here, boys. There's really nothing we could have done. I think we're going to miss the playoffs here. Wow, that sucks. Our division just actually went ham. Our division went absolutely crazy. I mean, unless we can win some games here at the end of the month. Nah, 2-1 loss. That's it. That's it. There's nothing we can do here. That is it. We are going to miss the playoffs, unfortunately, because our division, our entire division, went crazy. Yeah, and there's a loss there to Boston, lost there against Philly. That really doesn't help it out either. So that sucks, boys. That really does suck. I mean, I felt like we were playing good in the past couple of months. We get 2 wins to end the year against Buffalo and Montreal, but that really sucks, guys. That really does suck that we're going to unfortunately miss the playoffs because our division went on fire there. And yeah, the Islanders are going to take the wild card spot. We missed it by 5 points. 5 points. We had an okay year, 41, 36, and 5. We did better than we did last year. But unfortunately, that is how the cookie is going to crumble. That definitely stinks. That definitely stinks, man. Wow. It's really unfortunate. I feel like if we would have had some more games against Eastern Conference opponents, we might have had a chance to really swing some points in our favor. But I guess our division just won their games. And there was really, once again, as I said multiple times, nothing we could have done about it. We really need to focus this offseason and come back with our better selves this year. You know what? I'm assertive. We didn't play our best, and this result is what we deserve. We better be better next year. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. We're a young team, so I guess the assertive role didn't really affect them. Didn't really like them all too much. But our AHL team, I think, is going to make the playoffs once again, which is always nice. But I don't know why this is so laggy so much. All right, well, this is how the year ends with 87 points, 5 points out of a playoff spot. As you guys will take a look at the Metro standings right here. Islanders with 92 points will make it in. Columbus went on an amazing tear at the end there. 41 wins on the year, which is nice, but a couple of those losses really did hurt us. Losing a couple of those games in New Jersey hurt. Toronto, those games hurt. Pittsburgh didn't even make the playoffs either, so that's pretty crazy as well. Sorry, I was just checking something on my phone real quick. But yeah, 92 points. Both Montreal and the Islanders came in with 92 points, so that sucks. That really does suck. Man, we got hurt by that schedule. Really hurt us, man. If we had more Eastern Conference opponents near the back end of the season, I think we might have had a chance to maybe swing something, but unfortunately not. Tyler Johnson with 61 points to end the year. Jeff Skinner with 59. Lindholm with 57. Victor Rask with 52. Rabada with 46. I don't know how many he had in Boston, but Tvu with 46, Jordan Staal with 40 in 66 games. That's still a pretty good total for what he had. He was on pace to get around 50 points again. Phil DiGiuseppe with 38, Nolan Patrick with 32 points in his rookie year, Lee Stepniak with 32, McClement with 19, Mike Richards with 13, Alexander Burrows with 12, Victor Stolberg with 6. All right, and then for our defenders, Justin Falk with 44 points, Jacob Slavin with 31, Brett Pesce with 15, Noah Hannafin with 11 in 64 games, Andre Schuster with 8 and 80, Jake Bean had 6 points in 43 games, 5 goals, so not bad of a little bit of a back half of a year stint there for Jake Bean, and then Travis Sanheim had no points at 57 games that he played. For the goaltenders, Ben Bishop, 63 games played, 2.53, 32, 26, and 2. Cam Ward, 29 games played, 2.38, 11 and 11 and a 1. 0.915 for Bishop, 0.92 for Ward, 4 shutouts for Bishop, 2 shutouts for Cam Ward. So that is an unfortunate end to our season here in Carolina. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how the offseason is gonna handle for us this year. But the good thing is, I feel like we have a lot of young players, so I'm not really looking forward to this draft all too much because I feel like our needs are not. We don't really need to increase any areas all too much. Yeah, we do have insufficient funds for our stores and things like that, but yeah, it says inefficient funds, but the thing is the season is over, so we really don't need to upgrade this all too much since nobody's going to be in the arenas at all, and we'll just wait till we get our budgets for next year, and then we could take the time to upgrade those things in their proper positions because we're trying to sell season tickets next year. Who knows? We might even not even be in that arena next year. This Carolina team could go to Hartford, but we shall definitely see. All right, so let me do some. Actually, no. Let's just take a look at our contracts before we end off this video. Take a look at our contract situation coming into the offseason this year. Who has to be signed? Who is going to be a free agent and whatnot? So we'll just take a look at our goalies right here. So we gotta have Eddie Lack and Cam Ward be RFAs. If Cam Ward is is a backup role. He is a backup role. If he wants cheap amount of money at 34 years old, maybe he'll want like a friendly at-home contract. I can see ourselves re-signing him, but how much money are we going to have for next year? Gonna have 24 mil. Okay, so that's not too bad, but Ward and Lack will be RFAs or UFAs. And in the system, Olshuler, Callum Booth, Nedeljkovic, and Helvig. Yeah, so our AHL goalies are fine. And this where for next year, let me see. Hayden, Fleury is fine. Ganley and Lowe are good. Yeah, nobody really that big in the AHL. On the NHL team, Hannafin, Pesci, and Slavin are all RFAs, so we shouldn't have any trouble signing those guys. Hannafin will definitely want some money. Maybe Pesci and Slavin, but they might want like top 6 money, so I think we should be good on that front as well. Right winger is Lindholm, Stepniak, and Verbata, but Verbata may retire. We'll have to see about that. Only gave up a 2nd round pick for him, so it's not too terrible, but Lindholm will definitely want some money. How about in the system, anybody? Let's see, nobody really important. Nesterstell, Solberg, Tolchinsky, Zykov, yeah. So a couple for our prospects in there. Left wingers, Phil DiGiuseppe, once again, another RFA. A lot of the young guys are RFAs, but they should definitely not want too much money in the system. Who we got? Nobody really important, I don't think. Nope. Joachim Nordstrom is pretty much the only guy right there. And then centers, nobody really center-wise except Mike Richards. Yeah, centers were pretty good on. Yeah, centers were more than comfortable with for our center position because we have Johnson, Patrick, Rask, and Stahl. And yeah, so we're good on centers. And then in the system, nobody. All right, so we're good. We are good on that front. I think we're going to be fine for next year for bringing back pretty much the same team. Hopefully our young guys will get a lot better. And we should be good going into this offseason with a lot of these younger players getting a lot better. And hopefully they'll make our team a lot better. And we can definitely follow our AHL team because they have made a play, or they're in a wild card spot at the moment. But I'm pretty sure they have 4 games left. Yeah, they could lose a spot, but it doesn't look like they will. I'll edit up their AHL lines a bit, and they will get ready for another Calder Cup run. Will the Charlotte Checkers. So we'll show you guys their playoff run next time, and then we'll go into the draft. You guys can leave some suggestions down below of what we should do coming into the draft. If you think there are any big moves that you think we should make, let me know down below. But that's an unfortunate end to the season. I thought we played pretty well here at the end. I mean, if we just take a look at our little schedule here, where did we go wrong in these last 2 months? I mean, we started off with 4 wins right after the trade deadline and looked good. That loss to Vancouver, but then we got an overtime loss against the Sharks, which was points. It was probably this little stretch right here, Calgary, Nashville, and Dallas. That kind of hurt us a bit. But yeah, we won 3 games, lost 1, got an overtime loss, won 3 games, lost 2 to Toronto and Edmonton, but then 1 against New Jersey, and then, yeah, 3 losses there at the end. Maybe if we would have won out those last 5 games, it could have easily made us have a tiny bit of a push, but I don't know. I don't really see it. I don't really see that happening, but whatever. Them's the breaks, and we'll take it from the next video. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys for our Calder Cup run with the Charlotte Checkers in the next video.